He was a slave on a warship. Yangtze was suddenly transformed into a Roman governor, but he was very depressed because of his mother and sister still waiting for him to rescue. So Ben-Hur set out on the road back to Jerusalem, and on the way, he met an Arab sheikh. "The chief is training his carriage." Ben-Hur glanced at it. "Say that the carriage will definitely not turn that corner," and the carriage went off the track. So the chief began to see Ben-Hur in a new light, and then he found out about Ben-Hur. He is an excellent and patient driver who knows how to wait. Invited Ben-Hur to be a guest at home. Then the chief told Ben-Hur, "Pontius Pilate, the governor of Jerusalem, a grand chariot race will be prepared." And inside there was a powerful rival named Messala. He wanted Ben-Hur to represent the Jews in the competition, to defeat Messala, who would stop at nothing to win. At this moment, Ben-Hur did not accept his request because he wants revenge in his own way. Then an old man next to him said, "Your way is to kill him, right? But no matter what he did before, you have no right to take his life away, because he will surely be punished. Let him be judged by God." Have to think about it. Still decided to go home and see it in person. The house has lost its former glory. What comes into view is the scene of dilapidated and withered. However, he met the housekeeper's daughter. The housekeeper and his family were also implicated in Ben-Hur. After they were tortured and released, "I've been hiding here, waiting for Ben-Hur return. Now it's finally here." At this moment, the housekeeper and Ben-Hur are hugging each other. Then Ben-Hur asked the butler, "Where are his mother and sister?" The housekeeper replied, "Ever since you were taken, I haven't seen them again." At this moment, Ben-Hur felt a bit sad because he believed they might be in serious danger, or so worse. Ben-Hur used his identity as the son of a Roman consul to confront Messala. He demanded that Messala find his mother and sister, but Messala lied, claiming they had been gone for a long time. Ben-Hur said again, "Either way, I'm going to see them tomorrow, or you'll face the consequences." After Ben-Hur left, Messala called the soldiers. "Go to the dungeon to find Ben-Hur mother and sister." But when the soldiers found them, they discovered that the two had contracted leprosy. They quickly released them, and afterward they went to the front of their own home. They saw the housekeeper's daughter, and after learning about Ben-Hur's situation, they begged the housekeeper's daughter not to tell Ben-Hur that they were still alive, because they couldn't bear for Ben-Hur to see what they had become. They themselves were preparing to head to the leper colony outside the city. After that, the housekeeper's daughter returned home. She then told Ben-Hur that his mother and sister had passed away. Ben-Hur was overwhelmed with grief upon hearing the news. He ran out alone. Then he went to the Arab sheikh and told him he was willing to join the chariot race because he wanted to shatter Messala's dreams and bring him to total disgrace right in the chariot arena of Jerusalem. By now, the arena was packed with people. There wasn't an empty seat in sight. This was a battle for national honor. All 8 chariot racers were poised and ready. At the command of Governor Pilate, the showdown between men officially began. Messala's chariot surged ahead first. The remaining carriages followed closely behind, at a speed like a lightning-fast electric kite. A slight misstep could lead to being pulled out. At this moment, Messala kept his eyes closed the entire time, because whenever a chariot tried to pass him, he would use the blades attached to his axle to destroy the opponent's wheel. After 2 laps, Ben-Hur's chariot caught up. Seeing this, Messala steered his chariot closer to Ben-Hur's. Ben-Hur swerved to avoid Messala, nearly crashing into the wall. That caused him to fall behind. Regaining his composure, Ben-Hur pressed on with fierce determination. Before long, he caught up with Messala again. When Messala saw Ben-Hur catching up, he quickly tried to take him out, but this time Ben-Hur nearly got thrown off the chariot. Messala kept trying to use the blades on his axle to destroy Ben-Hur's wheel, but Ben-Hur managed to dodge every time. Fuming with anger, Messala lost his temper, whipping Ben-Hur with his lash, only to be suddenly pushed back by Ben-Hur. The whip in hand was swung because their chariots were too close together. The right wheel of the chariot got lodged inside Messala's wheel. Messala's chariot was quickly thrown off course. Messala was violently thrown to the ground and was run over by the chariot behind him. At this moment, Messala was lying on the ground, seriously injured. In the end, Ben-Hur won the race. His people cheered and celebrated him because this was the only victory that gave them a chance at life. The dying Messala met with Ben-Hur one last time. Before his death, he told Ben-Hur that his mother and sister had contracted leprosy. They were isolated in the leper valley outside the city. Ben-Hur was heartbroken upon hearing the news. He then rushed to the leper valley. He saw the steward's daughter bringing food to his mother and sister. In that moment, he understood everything. They didn't want him to worry. After that, Ben-Hur went home with the steward's daughter. And on the way back, they saw crowds of people rushing toward a hilltop. There stood a man at the top of the hill. And that man was the very one who had the one who had given him water before. At this moment, the people on the hill were gathered and seated together. They listened as the man spoke to them about the truths of the world, as if his words had the power to bring peace to their hearts. After that, Ben-Hur learned that this man possessed a miraculous power. Without hesitation, he ran straight to the leper valley. He brought his mother and sister to see the man who could give life, the miracle-working Nazarene. Along the way, they endured rejection and harsh insults. At last, they arrived in Jerusalem. However, what they saw was Pilate putting the man on trial. The man wearing a crown of thorns was sentenced to crucifixion. Then the man carried the cross on his back, struggling forward one painful step at a time as the soldiers' whips struck him again and again. At that moment, Ben-Hur's mother said, "He's in so much pain, yet his face looks so calm." Then he stepped forward, ready to help the man who had once saved him.